he didn't have access to them all in Anchorage. While the profile was being developed, he went to Juneau to collect Hanson's records from the Superior and Supreme Court archives. In his fact-finding mission, Van Clausen researched every town that Hanson had ever lived in. He found reports on Robert Hanson dating back to 1961. He gathered all that he could carry, sent the rest by truck, then headed home. While he was in Juneau, the FBI had come through with a criminal profile of the serial killer.
Gosh.
The fact that the killer was so prolific led to Douglas that he could function unnoticed within the community. Someone who worked independently, most likely a business owner. He would be an avid outdoorsman, since the bodies were recovered in remote areas of wilderness. Since he preyed on prostitutes, Douglas concluded the killer had difficulty talking to women, had low self-esteem, and grew up feeling like an outcast. Based on killers with similar profiles, Douglas provided a specific characteristic to explain the cause of those feelings of inadequacy, a feature that bore an eerie resemblance to Robert Hanson.
The one that totally blew us all away, I think, was that when they said he's either going to be a stutterer or someone who has a lisp, a speech defect. How do you figure that? But that was one of the things that they suggested might show up.
The FBI profile pointed to Robert Hanson, but the depth of Douglas's insights were about to be known. Upon Van Clausen's return, troopers studied the file. The records showed that Hanson had spent 3 years in a reformatory for setting fire to his old high school's bus garage. Based on their work with previous killers, the FBI profiler said the killer would have a history of accident. The profile painted the killer as a social misfit. Hanson's court-ordered psychiatric reports from his days at the reformatory were everything. His stutter was a social barrier that undermined his self-confidence. Whenever he tried to assert himself, he'd be slapped down. He never forgot the sting. The profile said the killer was known to function as a normal member of society, while his perversions festered within him. His record showed that in his 30s, Hanson began working at a bakery. He would brag to co-workers about his kleptomania and his sense of power and safety. He also bragged about his love of hunting. He took great pleasure in exerting power over his prey. Stalking, then wounding, then he became good at the case, winning prestigious awards. In 1967, he moved to Alaska to start a new life and put that at home. 3 years after moving there, his record showed he was arrested for the attempted rape of a young receptionist at gunpoint. He pleaded no contest and cited a deadly weapon. A little more than a month later, he was indicted for the attempted assault of an 18-year-old woman following home.
Oh, brother.
As soon as the man got to Alaska, he was involved in theft cases. He was involved in abduction.
He was involved in molestation charges. He was involved in criminal behavior. He was involved in...
True to the profile, Hanson seemed a respectable citizen, so the courts were lenient. In one case, he claimed to have memory lapses and was given psychiatric treatment and 5 years in a work release program. He abducted one of his early victims outside a coffee shop, took her to a cabin in the wilderness, and raped her at gunpoint. She was 17 at the time.
He told me, of course, if I called the police, that he would hunt me down and kill me. He told me he was a fine, outstanding businessman. He had never mentioned at any point when during the rape time or before or after that he was married, but he said he's a fine, outstanding businessman and that I was just a kid and nobody would believe me.
And he was right. Everything the profiler said about the perpetrator as a serial killer fits suspect Robert Hansen, a truly dangerous man who was passing as a nondescript face in the crowd. While troopers zeroed in on Hansen, they spread out to search for more victims in the Connect River area, where 3 bodies had been found. They believed that the dancers who were still missing may have been buried close to the other grave sites. But troopers came up empty. The area was too large and remote to cover completely. Despite the compelling FBI profile and the past police records, troopers lacked anything tangible to link Hansen to the killings. His police records were too stale, the evidence too circumstantial to hold any weight in court at all. Investigators hoped that Cindy Paulson could find. She was the only surviving victim to Hansen's current label. Perhaps she could remember something else from her ordeal. Paulson gave another statement. But this time, she was able to ID one of the guns Hansen had in his possession. Aside from theft, Hansen had not been implicated in the rape or abduction for more than 10 years. But in the hopes of strengthening their case and establishing a pattern of behavior, investigators searched for another of Hansen's victims from years earlier, whose experience matched both. Although this prior victim no longer lived in the area, troopers tracked her down and asked for her help.
I had gotten a call from Alaska asking if I would like to maybe help with a conviction for Mr. Hansen. They had
blah blah blee blee blah blue blue.
7 women, and they explained to me
Bling,
the
bling.
last woman.
Bling bling. Bling bling.
She agreed to testify when the time came, but troopers still had a weak case. The troopers felt confident they were on the right track. They didn't have enough to prove that Hansen was a serial killer. According to Anchorage Police Officer Greg Baker, Hansen knew that authorities were onto something.
One morning I was driving by, and I needed to get some donuts for the shift. Mr. Hansen was there, and he had a
that's a tough
window
one.
that he stood in and decorated cakes,
I can open up my king with a tornado.
cookies. And
The poison's
I remember
good, but it
watching
costs
him. He kept looking up at me.
a little more.
You could tell he was nervous. And he kept putting frosting on his thumb. And I liked that.
Although investigators had Hansen in their sights, they still lacked the evidence to connect him directly to the crimes. But because Hansen matched the profile...
Boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to take
Douglas
poison.
flew to Alaska to review the case and to brief the troopers and prosecutor Frank Rothschild on how to proceed with the suspect. Douglas was confident that Hansen was their serial killer. The hunter was now the hunted.
So the mission was to provide capability to commit a crime like this, and the answer was
Bling,
yes.
bling.
I believe this prostitute, and I believe he's capable of perpetrating these crimes.
Douglas's idea was to bring Hansen in for questioning while simultaneously searching his house. To obtain a warrant, investigators needed to list specific items they believed to be in the house. They knew to look for the gun Cindy Paulson described, and the one that fired the bullets found in the graves of Sherry Morris and Paula Gould. That wasn't enough. They needed a home run. Something that would prove Hansen's guilt in no uncertain terms. They asked Douglas if there was anything else to list in the warrant.
Yes, some of the research findings is we're dealing with a serial killer. A serial killer starts off as fantasy. And one of the things to keep the fantasy going after the crime is because they're on the hunt nightly.
Come on now, let's not use it all in one spot, man.
Either souvenirs or trophies. Something belongs to the victims.
Douglas helped prosecutors write the affidavit, based on the likelihood of finding the metals mentioned in the profile. Anything from a piece of the victim's jewelry to a driver's license. But a behavioral profile had never been used as the basis of a search warrant in the United States before. Rothschild knew he'd need to back it up with more conventional information.
Obviously, the district attorney's office wanted this search warrant to be bulletproof. They wanted it to be absolutely, positively, without flaw. Because they knew this was a big, big case. The last thing they wanted was to have something wrong with the search warrant and have all the evidence thrown out.
The affidavit swelled to 48 pages. The judge granted 8 search warrants for Hanson's property. No, they just needed Hanson. They had learned his pattern, knew his steps.
Oh, man. Yeah, real nice place to put that, bro. Real nice place to put that.
Turn the fan on.
Sure.
Sally back to the thing.
Yep. Till 4 o'clock. 4:30.
He didn't resist.
Oh, too bad. Oh, wow, they did get it. Well, good luck, pal. They got a bomb anyway. I'm gonna put my fire spirits here, bro. And my bomber right there. Come on, man. Oh, man, why'd you do that, bro? Bro, it's all your fault, man. Oh, my gosh, these people, man. Gosh, man.
So that's game plan number one. Then obviously, we've got all of these cases that have been investigated.
Hey, man.
And to get him to talk specifically about those. He's trying to search us out. What do we know?
What do we got here?
So I could see
No clan
his game
war.
plan was to kind of find out what he knew and play off of that. And my game plan was to find what he knew.
While Rothschild tried to get Hanson to open up and confess, troopers served the search warrants.
Are you experienced?
Hanson's wife was home. The troopers were extra cautious, videotaping the entire procedure. What they were looking for could be anywhere, even in plain sight. Hanson knew the troopers had access to each elusive psychological. He didn't tell them anything they didn't already know. He spoke of his painful upbringing, his strict family, his anger. He admitted to picking up dancers and prostitutes in the early 70s, and how enraged he became when they tried to raise their prices. But he denied threatening anyone. He admitted nothing. While Hanson told his story, that his house was being turned inside out, other troopers headed to his bakery and to the airport to search his plane. Both were finished. The house became the focal point of the investigation. Careful search of the upstairs bedroom finally yielded a curious and mysterious discovery.
Oh.
An area map of the region.
No, I know, I'm thinking about something. Oh my gosh. Alright, alright.
The searches continued up to the end. Under regulation, the troopers found weapons.
No, really.
The items found were a .223 Ruger Mini 14 rifle, like the one used to kill Sherry Morrow in Call of Duty, and a wood-handled revolver resembling the one described by Cindy Forrest.
Oh,
The search
man.
went right across and noted what news. The net was closing on Hanson and he knew it. But he wasn't ready to stop just yet. Another huge dragged on for hours. It didn't seem like it was right.
And he missed.
While Cooper's collected the evidence, the case unwound even further.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That's just,
Curious about the activity.
that's funny. I think.
He was stunned by the news. Then made a confession.
I know.
She told troopers that her husband provided Hanson with his alibi on the night of Cindy Paul's
Alright,
abduction.
I know.
He lied to protect
I'll
his
stop.
family, not realizing how serious Hanson's charges were. The husband later called police and retracted his statement. Hanson's alibi evaporated. As the search continued, the troopers found the most incriminating evidence so far. Evidence that Douglas knew had to be there somewhere. They found Sherry Morrow's necklace and other personal property belonging to the dead or missing women. They had found Hanson's stash of trophies.
Yeah, this is Baker here.
Investigators called the station. Though they had Hanson where they wanted him, still he wouldn't confess. But they had enough to lock him up on the Cindy Paulson case.
Oh no. Oh my. He got you, bro.
Investigators now had time to build their case against Hanson as a serial killer. They called the prior victim to see if she was still on board.
And at that time, they thought he had
Bloop.
killed 11 women and are still interested.
Boy, these developers really know how to put the
Really
thump
felt
in
that
the...
They may need me, if he hadn't confessed.
He missed.
Matched the locations of bodies recovered by the troopers. Another X marked the location of a body recovered by Seward police years earlier.
I'm gonna try to get him to play with me. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I watch it. I don't know.
Looking at the map, obviously, was pretty chilling. Because we believe the map. The map was a body count, as far as we were concerned. The man has kept track. He didn't have newspaper clippings. He had the map.
And the troopers believed they had enough to convict Hanson on a
He should have put it on the other side, I think.
And his lawyer.
On the left side of the king, just far enough to where he would go the other way after shooting, getting him. See, that guy's trying to get his king, man. I don't go for that 3-win, man. There's just, I'd rather just go for the smaller tower. Second, because... Ah, you missed. That's funny.
But his family be left alone. He demanded that he be imprisoned outside of Alaska when the trial was over. In exchange for only 4 convictions, he agreed to show the troopers where more bodies.
Oh, come on already. Did you seriously just throw that there?
Investigators called the trial.
Oh, man.
They're trying to
That's where people get you, is when you mess up. I mean, really experienced players, that's sometimes what it comes down to, is just messing up.
Got my son out the school. Got my husband out the door. And, the citizens fall off the house. I started crying. I
Overtime.
couldn't stop. I had no control over it. It controlled me. I could see all those women, all their guys. So I was kind of scared.
Oh no, there you go. Ooh, there you go, that was dumb of them. Oh, they threw it in the back. Oh my gosh. That's funny right there.
Hanson described how he would take his victims into the woods and hunt them as prey. Over the dozen
Alright, got the cannon and the, I don't know why you put the cannon so far back. It doesn't do anything so far back. Should have put the witch on the side or the back there.
Once he found a likely target, a solitary woman like Sherry.
And, of course, typical, he throws it in the same spot. The other guy. Usually, if they do one move, they'll do it again. Yeah. Ah, you should have grabbed the dragon with that. Alright, though. You can still do it. I wouldn't have put in that. I don't know why he's doing that. Might have him. Ooh, he had that, see, he's got him, I think. Yep, he's got him. Bloop.
Snapping the other half onto his victim's wrist while reaching for his gun became like a reflex.
Let's see if he'll play with me, or if I watch that for nothing.
Then he would take them home, or to a remote motel, to rape and torture.
Oh, let's see here, Bernardo.
Blindfold and drive or fly them to the outskirts of town, until he arrived at a secluded spot, his hunting ground. His habit was to toy with his prey.
So, I don't know how experienced this guy is.
Hansen confessed that in the summer of '83, he devised what he called his summer camp.
Oh, there you go.
He sent his family away so he could bring his victims home. When he was done with them, he disposed of them in the wilderness. On February 27, 1984, Robert Hansen was convicted of murdering 4 women.
Wow, they're doing pretty good.
Sentenced to 460
Ouch.
years plus life, with no chance of parole. After his sentencing, Hansen accompanied troopers to find more.
Look at that, they put it right there on the side there.
A total of 8 victims were found. Some places
Ooh.
unexplored. Bears scavenged others, scattering the remains. Investigators will never know how many of the 37 extras represented one of Hansen's victims. According to John Douglas, the map might have depicted only a small part of the country.
Stories like Hansen come into contact with a lot of women, but
You drag this guy
fancy is
over
everything,
here.
and they may not like the way the person talks or the person dresses, style, and so they'll make a decision. Well, this one will live. This one over here will die. I believe he was good for a lot more cases. I still believe it was a chance that one of the reasons that caused him to go up to Alaska was he was running away from homicides back in the lower 48.
In the United States, an estimated 35 to 50 serial killers are active at any given time. Profiling has made them easier to spot than ever. Each time one is captured, investigators learn more about their twisted motivations, making it easier to catch the next one.
Nice.
Biloxi, Mississippi. Southern town. With a burning core of corruption. In 1987, it
Oh, brother. Blah, blah, blah. Bling, bling, bling. Have a nice day.
and ripping the top off